Hello and welcome to U-Report. For the next couple of weeks, we will meet young people across Uganda to discuss issues affecting us in our communities.
As young people, we need to unite and share the responsibility of making the environment a better place for all of us. We also need to inform the leaders of what is happening in our community, as well as let them know what we want.
U-Report is a free SMS-based system that allows you as a young Ugandan to speak out on issues affecting you in your community and across the country, and then work together with other community leaders for positive change.
U-Report gathers information from young Ugandans across the country and shares this information through different media such as newspapers, radio, TV, Facebook, Twitter, and other community dialogues.
U-Report is made up of weekly SMS messages and polls from a growing community of U-Reporters. Currently, we have 230,000 U-Reporters spread across the country, with numbers growing each day.
What are you waiting for? Be heard. Your voice matters. Join U-Report today. It's easy. Step number 1. Text the word join to the number 8500. It's free across all networks. Step number 2. You'll receive a greeting message and a series of questions asking more about you. We at U-Report would like to know more about you. Step number 3. After you answer those few questions, there you are. You're a U-Reporter. And then finally, step number 4. You will receive weekly poll results that will help you enact change in your community.
As part of the U-Report team, we traveled far and wide across Uganda to seek one-on-one views, opinions, and concerns from U-Reporters and share feedback with you.
By speaking out on what's happening in your community, you are in fact participating in a meaningful countrywide campaign that will help improve your community. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you do, we would like to hear from you because your opinion matters. By SMSing JOIN to the toll-free number 8500, anyone with a mobile phone can be able to join U-Report and become a U-Reporter. Your feedback will be shared with other U-Reporters across the country, other UN agencies, members of parliament across the country, so that we can effect change in your community.
The U-Report team would like to hear from you too. All SMS messages you send to 8500 are free of charge.
I joined U-Report. Basically, most of the work, the questions and the topics that are discussed, we are trying to fight against the early pregnancies, the problem of water, yet other people also realize that it is there. So I sometimes become happy that the work I'm doing maybe is somewhere, some bit of being great.
I joined U-Report through newspapers. I read the article in the newspapers concerning about U-Report, what it does.
I was told by my sister, she actually challenged me. She was like, Alan, what are you doing around in the community? What have you tried to do for the fellow youth?
I'm able to express myself and I'm able to voice out all the challenges that I'm facing in my community, and I'm doing that on the behalf of my fellow youths that we are living with.
What I like about your report is I feel relieved, especially when I express my feelings about what is going on in my community.
I joined your report after seeing a message on my phone. A message was asking me to type the word join, then I send it to 8500. Then they asked me to submit my surname. I submitted. Then other names I submitted, where I come from, my marital status, and so on. Okay, I joined the report to always submit my voices about the generations, the situations, what I'm facing in my community, in my area. some like violence, corruption, unemployment, and so on. They update me about the views of other students or other people from other areas about their environment, corruption, how it's taking in the area, and others.
U-report has helped me and the people of Sheni to get to know how to deal with climate changes, how to deal with unemployment, starting their own projects so that they can avoid unemployment, and how to deal with the violence at homes, in schools, and in Sheni district.
U-report is important to me because it helps me to express those bad habits in our community, schools, and even the whole village, like being unemployed, violence in schools.
I like U-report because it empowers the youth, as in their views get known by the wider country, and the way it is cheap, because we don't incur any costs. You only send and receive messages for free.
So U-report has really done something tangible to us and to me specifically, because I've been dealing with people in the communities and they are doing on very well. So U-report is very good for us as a district.
Topics and poll questions from the U-report team have included disease outbreaks, health, safe water, unemployment, violence against children, early marriages, female genital mutilation, inflation, among others. Once a topic is decided, the team sends out a question via SMS text to U-reporters, who in return respond using a menu-based reply or personal messages. The U-report team analyzes and interprets the responses and then shares the suggestions with the U-reporters.
The most popular topics we've covered in U-report include unemployment, poverty, the youth fund. That was a big one at the time when the government had allocated this amount of money to be given out to the young people to open up businesses for those that didn't have jobs, but for those that already had their enterprises running, this money was meant to help strengthen their financial foundations. Other topics include school dropout. That's also a pretty big one that we've had, and some of these we run them in collaboration with some of our very strong partners, including the Girls Education Movement, GEM, that has numerous clubs in schools across the country. Other organizations include the Uganda Scouts Association, as well as the Mild May, that are experts in HIV-related issues. U-reporters are basically from across all the districts in Uganda. The average age is 24. We have over half of them are males, then about 40% of them are females. People out there don't have to worry whether or not they're going to be quoted in the national newspaper or anything. We have anonymized all numbers and all names. That means that even myself, I'm not able to see who is sending what message. And so people out there do not have to worry about the type of SMS that they send us.
It is important for you to join U-report today, and if you have already joined, then you should be very active by responding to the weekly poll questions. Express your views, because you never know, your chance may be next to represent youth at an international level or at a national level. Through U-report, I represented the voices of the youth in Uganda today at a major world conference. That was the Rio Plus 20 that was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And at this conference, we're able to have the voices of the youth being heard by world leaders, not just Uganda, but world leaders.
I represented a U-report in New York on the Malala Day. And Malala Day, Malala is this girl who was shot by the Taliban in Pakistan because of education. It's really a very painful story because also young girls and other young people from Karamoja all also experienced the same thing. Like before the government brought in the disarmament exercise, many of the young ongoing school children were killed by the cattle rustlers.
Join U-Report, your voice matters, because it is the voice of the voiceless.
Everyone and anyone can become a U-reporter. Become a U-reporter today, and your voice matters a lot.
Become a U-reporter today by texting JOIN to 8500. All SMSs are free.
I'm Najita Mariam from Bombo. I'm proud of being a U-reporter.
Anna Florence Mary, a U-reporter, Metilera District.
What are you waiting for? Join and be heard. Your voice matters.
I call upon all girls and young people outside there to join U-report.
Become a U-reporter today because your voice matters.
If I'm to ask the government to change the education system,
for someone to go into marriage,
someone
will never have to have
the government can come in and say now.
Have your say. Text the word JOIN to 8500 for free. U-report, because your voice matters.
Youth in Uganda, stand up, speak out on critical issues that affect you in your community. It's simple by texting the word JOIN to the toll-free number 8500. Anyone with a phone can be able to become a U-reporter, and we can share vital information that will help us create change in our community. U-Report is a weekly TV show that for the next couple of weeks will allow you as a young Ugandan to share out views that will help effect change in your community. Stories from the U-Report community will also be aired on your local radio stations and published in the newspapers.
U-Report provides a platform for you to be able to amplify your voice through local and national media and alert stakeholders on what's affecting you in your community. For example, U-Report was instrumental in addressing the problem of the nodding disease that affected children below the age of 15. UNICEF realized an increase in messages sent by the northern districts, and the U-Report team was able to send out information on the symptoms and the available treatment.
U-Report has empowered young people in Uganda in a couple of ways. First of all, the fact that U-Report is not only as, an opportunity for them to be able to learn about different issues in their community, but they've also been able to influence policy in various ways. I'll give you an example of how the girls' education movement has been able to use U-Report for their back-to-school campaign, and using the results that they gathered using U-Report, they were able to return several girls, even young mothers, back into schools. And this was through them getting information such as the reasons why young people leave school, what should be done, and the Girls' Education Movement GEM used those specific results to address the problems in those areas. Currently, U-Report has been extended to other countries like Burundi, Zambia, South Sudan, and several other countries have expressed interest in starting to use U-Report. The countries in the Western Central African region of Africa, then also several other countries like Libya have also been visiting to see how we're doing it here and how they can get started in their respective countries. So countries all over the world would want to use this platform, both for children, youth, and other communities. In Uganda today, we have over 230,000 U-reporters, and we're looking at extending and growing largely in numbers and even in impact in the communities where we reach. U-Report is free, and it's a platform for you to engage and share the issues that concern you and your community. We are the future, we are the mothers of tomorrow, and it's upon us to take this opportunity to speak out. Our voices matter, and it's only us who can create change.
Thank you for your big participation. U-Report versions have been created in Luo and Karamojong, languages well spoken in the northern and northeastern regions of Uganda. U-Report offers a promising way to monitor education, child protection issues, and health, among other issues affecting the young people. This has therefore increased the interest of the government and media, therefore increasing the participation of members of parliament.
Every month, U-report results are published in the media channels. They are also published in the parliament here in the form of members of parliament answering questions which have been raised by the youth. And being a platform for dialogue, we are able to learn a lot of issues. We as members of parliament, because we cannot go everywhere in our constituencies. But if the U-reporters talk about certain issues, we are able to know. And once we know, you run there and see what exactly is happening, and then be able to lobby with the ministries or with the NGOs to put things right. And this is very important, and I would sincerely that UNICEF should really go on and even incorporate, more people to participate in this U-report.
So we have found the U-report being one of those strategies that is effective in allowing the younger girls air out their views, ask questions that in the normal cultural setting, the Ugandan culture setting, they wouldn't be able to comment about. By the young people discussing freely through the U-report, this can inform the strategies that we can put in place to ensure that female genital mutilation, as an example, disappears from the face of Uganda. This is an innovative way of reaching out to the young people, and it has been well thought through. And it's unique also in the sense that Uganda as a country, we are proud to be the first country to be using such an intervention. So this U-report has provided an opportunity for us to talk about meaningful young people participation in policy design, in strategic thinking, but also in coming up with interventions that address but also reach the root cause of the problems that young people face over time.
U-report has been very important in coordination, because now we have groups and clusters of scouts that when we need to get to them, we no longer need to call, write letters, just one message, and that's the essence of technology. Essentially, our motto is be prepared, and what that actually means that our ability to respond on a real-time basis is what defines us as a unique youth organization that's providing exciting opportunities which are challenging. So U-report is a best fit because every time there is a need in a community, it is very easy to mobilize the scouts in a nearest possible place to respond. As I speak, the Scouts of Mexico are launching U-report because they have seen what it can do to achieve the mission of scouting. Burundi and Burundi Scouts and the young people in Burundi are also now using U-report to improve our service delivery. So certainly my best memory is that U-report is not just a concept of information, but actually it can do good, and we're building a social force for positive change.
Uganda has the world's youngest population, with more than half under the age of 18. As young people, we may not be able to be consulted on national issues or even know our rights. But through U-report, we can collectively amplify our voices to government, civil society, and development partners on issues affecting us in our communities. We spoke to some new reporters across the country, and here are some of the pressing issues that they would like us to show for the next couple of weeks. You too can voice out your concerns. Simply text the word JOIN to 8500. It is totally free.
Well, as far as the youths of Kaurole are concerned, the issue I would like to talk about as U-reporters, it would be good if we had talked about job creation as far as job opportunities are concerned.
I would like to discuss about unemployment among the youth. The issue of water should also be raised up.
So many things I would want them to be discussed, most especially about poverty eradication, education, health, and climate change, because there are things that affect society so much, and I would wish them to be highlighted as you have highlighted on other issues.
U-report should not forget to cite out problems of violence in families, child labor, there is even defilement, then proper disposal of wastes, that is waste management.
Unemployment, illiteracy, the poor state of the roads, poor state of the hospitals, and poor state of the schools.
The topics I would love U-report to discuss on the show are topics concerning health, topics concerning unemployment.
U-report should take the opportunity of being on a TV show to bring out unemployment, the lack of jobs, and what should be done about it. Because a youth, a young person who is not employed becomes a negative character.
Child marriage, it's still a big problem. We girls, we are looked at as the only solution to solve poverty problem at home. We are given out to marry at a very early age, which ruins our future.
We have been empowered to work for change and improvement in our localities ourselves. So if you have not joined U-report, it is as easy as texting the word join to 8500 and you become a U-reporter.
And for the next couple of weeks, right here, same station, we'll be sharing meaningful information together with you that will help you create a better country. Stories from the U-report community will be aired on the local radio, TV. Will help you voice out your issues on.
As we all know, the main aim of U-report is to enable Ugandans like us to be able to.
This has increased the participation of Parliament and the media, therefore increasing the.
Once a topic is decided, the U-report team
This has therefore caught the interest of members of Parliament. No.